Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm making this video for all the owner operators out there that have come across the SCR low performance, low efficiency warning. The truck is threatening to go into derate. You see this code SPN 4094 FMI 18. If you've had this code, you definitely want to watch this video. I'm going to share some good information with y'all, and I hope that it helps somebody out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share with y'all this Facebook group page. It's a Facebook group on, it's a group on Facebook. It's called Volvo Truck Masters, and it's just got a wealth of information. To illustrate that, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to look up that code, SPN 4094. So this is a post that I made a while back in January 18th. Right now it's already almost April. So the original post that I came across when I seen that code was, let me see. This one right here. So the guy, he's got the code as well. You see that 4094 FMI 18. So check this out. I get the code. This code comes up on my truck. As soon as it comes up on my truck, I stop my truck. I check the diagnostics. I snap a picture of my fault codes, and then I go to Volvo Truck Masters and I look the code up, and I come across this post right here. And the guy's saying, okay guys, any help will be much appreciated. So I'm going to post the pictures with the codes and tell you that I've been having this issue maybe a month or two. The check engine light turns on, says the engine would derate, drive about 30 to 40 minutes, sometimes even an hour and a half. It disappears, comes back on later again. If I'm driving long distance disappears, comes on again. So basically turns on and off on its own. Any suggestions? So he's got this code that comes up, and you've got a bunch of comments. So I come across this, I'm reading the comments, and I learn about a crack that develops on this catalyst right there near where the def doser is, right? I don't know if you can see that crack. If the truck's dirty and if you're not looking for it, you may not ever even notice this crack. So I come across this post, and I get out, and I go look at my I go look at mine, and let me show you. And guess what? Sure enough, mine's got that same crack. So mine has the same exact crack. And sometimes it's more noticeable than others. Like right here, it's almost barely even noticeable. You see that? Barely noticeable. Barely noticeable. You see that? You cannot even, it's hardly even noticeable. So anyways, that's what so I read I read through the comments and I was like, okay, so the guys are welding, they're welding this crack up. So that's what I did. I welded mine up. See, that's me right there. Look, that crack is real noticeable right there. You see how noticeable that crack is? So I welded mine up. I'm going to show y'all how I did it, and everything seems to be all good. All right, y'all, I'm going to show y'all the crack I'm fixing to weld on this canister. Y'all see the crack? Y'all see that crack? So the code came up, and then I went to Volvo Truck Masters and I looked up the code, and I seen on the post, you know, they had a whole bunch of posts about the code, but I came across a post and the guy was talking about a crack on his canister, and I got out and I came and looked at mine, and it had the same crack right there that the guy had posted, that the picture of that he posted. It was like the same crack in the same spot. And so what I'm going to do is, right now I'm at the house, I'm fixing to weld it up MIG style, and you know, hopefully that's, I've ran like that for a while. I did the code came up, I do a regen, and then the code would go away, and it hasn't came back. But since now that I'm at the house, I'm going to weld it up. But yeah, thankfully Volvo Truckmaster keeps me well informed. I just now took this off, and I guess they say that's the depth buildup that they, you know, talk about. I don't know if that's a lot or what, but it doesn't really look like a lot. I mean, I'm not for sure, I don't know. I kind of imagined it being more than that though, but. So, I mean, you can barely see that crack, but it's there. And I've looked at it at times where it was actually more pronounced than that, than even that. But I'm going to start a bead from this corner, and I'm going to go all the way around the top of it. I don't see anything on the bottom. But, oh, and by the way, the metal, I mean, it kind of looks like it might be stainless steel, but I mean, it's magnetized. I mean, it's magnetic, you know, it's ferrous metal. So I'm going to use regular MIG wire on it. I'll let y'all know exactly what wire I'm using on it after I finish and let y'all see how it does. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I got it cleaned up, and I mean, man, the crack is barely, it's hardly not even noticeable, especially if the truck's dirty, and especially if you haven't received a heads up to look at this spot in detail to examine for the crack. You'll never know it, man, and you may be getting that low SCR, that SCR low efficiency code. And I've looked at this crack, I've been watching it, and I mean, sometimes it's more noticeable, you know. You can really see it. Like right now, you cannot barely even see it, but there's been other times where I've checked it out and like, man, it's real noticeable. So I'm gonna weld it up. I've got my batteries disconnected. I've got this stuff kind of taken out of the way so I can, you know, not burn anything up. And I blew a hole in my, I see that? I have to Have to fill it in. Dang. There it is. It's not the prettiest, but I think it's gonna hold.